Good afternoon, dear aspirants. How the preparation for the prelims is going on? Dear aspirants, in order to crack the UPSC prelims, there are few subjects which has a lot of weightage in prelims. That subject needs the conceptual clarity. That subject needs the updation of the knowledge according to the current affairs. Dear aspirants, that subject also needs a good strategy, a good practice over the previous year question. Therefore, in order to understand the theme of the UPSC prelims question, in order to understand the language, keywords and the strategy UPSC is using in order to frame the question for the UPSC prelims, you need to have a good grasp over the previous year question of UPSC prelims. Welcome to all dear aspirants. Am I audible to all of you? Okay. Now in this session, in this series of economy, I will discuss the previous year question of Indian economy. And in today's lesson, I will discuss the strategy of the Indian economy and the section of the Indian economy from which UPSC is asking question every year. Dear aspirants, this section has a great role in the framing of questions for the UPSC prelims. UPSC lover, good morning. Good morning, Altaf, Alfaj, good morning. Babita, good morning. Abhi Mishra, good morning. Yes, good morning to all of you. How the preparation for the prelims is going on, and especially for the Indian economy. Naresh Bhai, Tarpasya, Dr. Jayasankar. Good morning, Naresh. Okay. In this session, I will discuss the section, the areas of Indian economy from which UPSC is picking the question for the UPSC prelims. Dear friends, whenever you study the subject Indian economy, don't be very serious that you need to read whole book, you need to read each and every reports what are available in the market, each and every reports what the government is publishing. No need to do that. UPSC in UPSC prelims, especially in the Indian economy, it needs the conceptual clarity of few themes, and that theme is also the counted off. मैं अभी आप लोगों को बताऊंगा वो कितने themes हैं. After that, you will understand that there are the fixed areas from which UPSC is framing the question. All right, this is one thing. Good morning, Swati. Good morning, Arihant. Good morning, Sam Malik. Bhavesh Rana. Good morning, Vijay Surya. Good morning. Good morning to all of you. Okay. Now, after identification of such themes, what are the next steps? What as an aspirant you should do? Dear aspirants, you should have the conceptual clarity of that concepts. Along with that conceptual clarity, you should also have the practical aspect. You should have the understanding of the practical aspects of that particular concepts. For example, you are studying the concepts of inflation. Then you must know the practical aspects of inflation. If there is a rise in price level in certain parts, then what should be and what would be the impacts on Indian economy? That is the practical aspects of Indian economy that you must know, because that is the area from where UPSC is picking the question. Good morning, Khushbu. Oh, all right. In this session and in next 3 to 4 sessions, I will discuss all PYQs of Indian economy, so don't worry for that. Along with the discussions of the PYQ regarding the Indian economy, I will also discuss the strategy to attempt the question in the examination hall, because in the examination hall there is a lot of pressure and you have to clear the exam by feeling such pressure in itself. Dear friends, the topic is itself 2011 to 2013 UPSC Prelims Economy PYQ Trend Analysis. Now, Hello sir, I am new here. Okay, Kashif, welcome. Astha Tiwari, hello. Kashif Malik, hello. Supriya Singh, good morning. Bhaiji, good morning. Good morning to all of you. Pandit Subhas, good morning. Mr. Gamrop, good morning. Okay, now you please write in the comment box what do you feel when you are studying the Indian economy. What are such things which are worrying you, annoying you while studying the Indian economy? What are that things? Does it the conceptual understanding, or does it the current affairs of the Indian economy, or does it the understanding of the keywords of the Indian economy? Abhishek, hi. Okay, now moving to the next part. Next, understanding the subject. Dear aspirants, you need to understand the subjects first, because when you understand the subject, then only you can make a good strategy by yourself in order to crack this subject. What is the demand of this subject? Dear aspirants, I told you that there are few themes in this Indian economy that you need to cover at least first. While preparing for this subject, these are the themes. Swati, current affairs of economy, okay. Vyom Kumar, it's very interesting sir, okay. Suman, good morning. Good morning to all of you. Aditya Baranwal, good morning. Okay, now comes to the point. Dear friends, these are the themes. Before buying any book, before worrying for this subject, identify these themes, make a note of this, and then make a routine of your understanding accordingly, okay. Then read each themes with a great depth. After that, practice the PYQ based on all these themes, and along with that, please update your concept with the current affairs along with these themes. And after that, you will find that the subject Indian economy is over for you. Now you are already in such a condition to crack at least 12 out of 14 questions in UPSC Prelims if you follow these strategy. Okay. Rohit Sharma, good morning. Pandit Subhas, current affairs and keyword of Indian economy. Don't worry, Subhas, Swati, we will discuss it. All okay. We will have 3 to 4 series sessions of Indian economy PYQ trend analysis. In this, we will discuss each questions of previous year questions of Indian economy. In that discussion, we will also discuss the concepts you must know, you need to know to crack the prelims questions. Okay. Now, is it visible to all of you? This series, is this slide is visible to all of you? Please reply. Ankit Singh. Okay. Okay, Ankit. Thank you. Now, in economy, first is basics. Dear aspirants, what is basics of economy? The basics of economy you will find in the NCERT books. You have to study NCERT books with great depth. होता क्या है, आप लोग NCERT पढ़ना छोड़ देते हैं. You take it light. Please don't take it light, because NCERT books has a great role in framing of the UPSC prelims question by the examiner. Okay? तो बेसिक्स, ये बेसिक्स आप क्लियर करेंगे NCERT बुक से पहले. बेसिक्स कंसेप्ट्स ऑफ इकोनॉमी, बेसिक्स कंसेप्ट्स ऑफ इकोनॉमी. इसमें क्या क्या होता है? What topics you need to study in this? What is economy? What are the central problems of economy? What is normative economy, positive economy, indifference curve, budget line? You need to also study about the microeconomics, different theory of microeconomics, and the application part of microeconomics like demand and supply. While studying demand and supply, you need also to understand what are the theories behind that. उसके बाद आप इसमें पढ़ेंगे elasticity of demand क्या होता है, मार्केट में कितने तरह के मार्केट होते हैं, competition, how much type of competitions are there in the market. These all are the parts of which section? These all are the parts of basic concepts of economy. All right to all of you. ये काशिफ मलिक, NCERT from 6 to 12. No, in the economy it doesn't needs that, Kashif. No need to read NCERT from 6 to 12 for Indian economy. Please read class 11th and 12th NCERT. If you have the good understanding over that book 11th and 12th, it will be suffice for you. Okay, Advi Singh, yes, 11th and 12th. Is revenue reform very important for the UPSC examinations? Yes, Abhishek, mostly for the mains examination, that is more important. For prelims point of view, you need to focus mostly on these sections. Okay, basic concept of economy आप पढ़ लेंगे NCERT से. After that, human resource development again from the NCERT, social aspects of the economy again from the NCERT, types of employment NCERT, economy, market, competition. This section you must have to cover from the NCERT line by line. यदि एक बार आपने कर लिया line by line, once you completed this section from NCERT, you have such confidence, then you can solve the UPSC prelims question based on these sections. That is the importance of NCERT for this theme. Okay. Now major component, this is static part of economy. All right, dear friends, now comes to the second theme, head fiscal policy and government budgeting. This is the very important part of Indian economy, not only for the prelims point of view. IFS Sudhanshu, good morning. Good morning, UPSC lover. Zoom in. Okay, zoom it, sir. Sir, slide is not visible clearly. Okay, sir, where we get PDF of this lecture? Subhash, I will provide this PDF of this lecture in the description box, don't worry, or on the Telegram of Tathastu, you will get it. Can we have a slide? Okay, please. Telegram पे. Okay, all right. Is it visible to all of you? Not visible? Please सुमित थोड़ा सा इसको बड़ा कर दें ताकि स्टूडेंट देख पाए ठीक से. ये आप करिए. Please make it down little, down. All right, enough. Okay, thank you. Okay, is it visible now? Please tell me. Is it visible to all of you now? Can I see the comments of the students, please? Okay, now I zoom it. Is it visible? Aditya, Sudhanshu, Rohit, Advi. Okay, all right. Okay. Now, I told you this is the first theme you need to clear from NCERT. NCERT is the good source for this theme. All right. Once you clear this section, every year you will find 1 or 2 questions directly in the prelims from this theme only, from this head only. This is the first part. Okay. Now, dear aspirants, this is the second part, very important part of Indian economy, and that is fiscal policy and government budgeting. This section needs the good conceptual understanding. This section needs also you should have the updated knowledge of the current affairs regarding these concepts. Therefore, Indian economy is the good combo of static knowledge and the current affairs. Okay. Dear aspirants, every year 3 to 4 questions you will find from this question, this part in UPSC prelims. All right. This is static and current. Okay. Number of themes. There are 4 themes in this section. First theme is national income, GDP, GNP, budget, taxation, and 5-year plannings. All right. In national income, you will study everything about the national income. About GDP, you will study methods of GDP calculation. You will study the different aspects of GDP. If there is decrease in the GDP, what will be there the impact on the inflation? What will be there the impact on the economic growth, economic planning? You need to understand in such a way. All right. Now in the third sections we have the monetary policy and inflation, very important part, and it needs a good understanding, not conceptual only, not only current affairs. You need also to have a good practice of question for this section. Okay, dear friend, इसमें कितने themes हैं? 2 themes in there are there, and this is also static and current part. Monetary policy and inflation, the role of RBI. Okay. Now fourth head is banking. Dear aspirants, every year 4 to 5 question minimum you will get from this section. 4 to 5 question, it means that 10 marks. If you have the good understanding, then you can clear from this section. Now after that we have finance and investment. In this section you will also get every year 3 to 4 question. Okay, FDI, FII, money market, capital market, this needs the good understanding. Bikram, please listen it. It is a good part of the UPSC preparation. Once you understand all these sections, all these themes, it will be a great help for you to analyze the previous year question, to solve the previous year questions. Okay, all right. External sector, balance of payment, trade balance, import, export, foreign exchange. This is also static and current part. 2 themes are there, and again 2 to 3 questions every year you will find from this section. Is it clear to all of you? Okay, it is. Now comes to the second part. Now one question comes to your mind, sir, this theme is enough or there are any other things also? Dear aspirants, there are one more sections, and that is miscellaneous section. Miscellaneous sections of the Indian economy, every year 2 to 3 questions also comes under these questions directly, and 3 to 4 questions come under these sections indirectly in UPSC prelims. Okay, what are these sections? One can be insurance related questions. Other can be agricultural economy. After that, it could be the policy framed by the government, yojana framed by the government. This is the miscellaneous sections of the Indian economy, from where you will get questions every year. Okay. Now, what type of questions UPSC frames in Indian economy sections? You need to understand it also. Dear aspirants, there are 2 type of questions. One is static based, that is static conceptual questions, means that they will ask some static things, and in that there is the demand of conceptual understanding. So you should have understanding of the concepts. And other thing is that static factual questions. For example, suppose they will ask that 5th 5-year plan was based on which theme. There is no such conceptual understanding in that question. That is a static factual question. All right, clear? Static. Now there is one dynamic. In dynamic sections, first is dynamic conceptual. Again, this is based on current affairs. I told you earlier only, current affairs is also the product of what? Current affairs is the product of conceptual understanding. Current affairs is the update of static knowledge. Therefore, you should have the conceptual understanding of the current update of the Indian economy section. All right. Dynamic factual. Again, UPSC can ask some questions from this section. They will put some data in the statement of UPSC prelims. and they will check your factual understanding regarding that data. Alright, is it clear to all of you? Dear aspirants, now come to the next part. Distribution of question. I told you we have different sections in the Indian economy, and this graph, this pie chart can tell you what are the distribution of questions in Indian economy. Basics 11%, fiscal policy and government budgeting 19%, monetary policy and inflation 19%, banking 20%, finance and investment 16%, external sector 15%. Now these are the themes. If you have the clear understanding of all these themes, I can guarantee you that among 16 or 17 questions of the Indian economy, you can solve 12 to 13 questions by conceptual understanding of these topics. If you solve 12 to 13 questions, you will get 26 marks. Dear friends, see the cutoff of UPSC prelims these years. Okay, therefore this subject is very important, and this subject needs the serious studying. Okay, shallow understanding will not help in Indian economy. You need to be serious. Serious understanding is the demand of this subject. Okay, now 20% from banking. Okay, now come to the next part. This is the graph. I told you basics 1.3 question, fiscal policy 2.3 question, means that 2 to 3 questions every year, 1 to 2 questions every year. From monetary and policy inflation 2 to 4 question every year, 3 to 4 question, 2 to 3 questions from banking, finance and investment again 1 to 2 questions, and 1 to 2 questions again from the external sector. Alright, this is guaranteed part. You will get questions in the prelims. So focus on such areas which is guaranteed in prelims. Don't run over such areas which is not guaranteed. Okay, dear aspirants, now come to this portions. This is the data of every year of prelims from where the UPSC has asked the question. Alright, basics again you can see from 2011 to 2022, and after that now I will tell you in 2023 also. Dear aspirants, total 15 questions has asked till 2022 and plus 1 question in 2023 from basics of Indian economy. You have 16 questions. Okay, fiscal policy and government budgeting, total 27 questions till now. If you add 2023, 2 questions this year from this section. You can see monetary policy and inflation 27, 3 questions, banking 4 questions, finance and investment 1 question, external sector 1 questions. These are the parts. Please follow it. Therefore, this is important. Okay. Now, for what you all are waiting for, that PYQ analysis. How to solve the PYQs. Dear aspirants, in this session, in this lecture, today's lecture, live lectures, we will discuss the PYQs of basics of economy. We will discuss almost all the PYQs that has asked in the section of basics of Indian economy. Okay. In the section of basics of economy, human and social development, the questions we have, which of the following can aid in furthering the government's objectives of inclusive growth? Dear aspirants, before solving this questions, I always tell to the student that whenever you study the question, which of the following can aid in furthering the government's objective, keyword of inclusive growth. This is the keyword. Now, please pause for 5 seconds, not video. While solving the question, pause yourself for 5 seconds and think that what is inclusive growth and what are the government's objective can be. What do you understand by the inclusive growth? Inclusive growth means that to include such groups, such people, such sectors of the economy which the government wants to make the mainstream of the country, to join the mainstream of the development and growth of the country, because there are various sections which are backward. There are various sections which has not got the fruit of development. Government wants to include such sections in the way of growth and development. That should be your understanding. And this question is from the NCERT. Alright, now government objectives, what should be? Promoting self-help groups. Promoting of self-help groups can be the objective of inclusive growth. Of course, self-help groups are available in village, different sections where people, yes, inclusive growth of marginalized sectors. Yes, Subhas, you are right. Okay. Now, second, it means that this is correct. Second is promoting micro, small and medium enterprises. This is good point. इसको सुन के कुछ बुरा लग रहा है आपको कि प्रोमोटिंग माइक्रो, स्मॉल एंड मीडियम एंटरप्राइजेज, इसको करेंगे इफ वी विल फोकस ऑन दीज एंटरप्राइजेज, देन ओनली वी कैन अचीव द गवर्नमेंट्स ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ इंक्लूसिव ग्रोथ. इट मीन्स दैट दिस इज ऑल्सो द करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट. ओके, नाउ implementing the right to education act. Implementing the right to education act. Think, right to education act स्पेशली किसके लिए लाया गया था? जो रिच क्लास के हैं, पीपल हैं, उनके जो बच्चे हैं, क्या उनको इस राइट से अधिक लाभ हुआ है या वो इससे लाभ लेना भी चाहते हैं? उनके पास पैसे हैं, उनके वो प्रिविलेज्ड हैं, दे कैन स्टडी इन एनी गुड स्कूल्स. गवर्नमेंट ने राइट टू एजुकेशन एक्ट जनरली उन बच्चों को टारगेट के लिए करने के लिए किया, एजुकेट करने के लिए किया, हु आर फ्रॉम द मार्जिनलाइज्ड सेक्शंस. राइट? ओके, इट मीन्स दैट दिस इज ऑल्सो द करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट. नाउ 1, 2 and 3 are correct statement. What should be the answer? 1, 2 and 3. Now, dear aspirants, this questions as asked by UPSC in 2011, set A, question number 84. All right, this is direct from the NCERT. If you have studied the NCERT and if you have the understanding of the inclusive growth, easily you can solve these questions. Therefore, don't worry regarding this subject. Please study NCERT, standard book, and some reports that I will discuss in the last of the discussions of the PYQ analysis. Okay. Now the second questions we have, which of the following can be said to be essentially the parts of inclusive governance? Again the questions from the inclusiveness. Which are the parts from the inclusive governance? The question is regarding the inclusive governance. क्या हो सकता है? Again pause for few seconds and think, what is inclusive governance? First you think what is governance, then think what is inclusive governance. Governance means something that the role of government in order to provide the services to the public that must be enhanced. अभी आप लोग ये चीज सुनते होंगे कि there should be less government and more governance. It means that governance is something which is good. Clarity हो गई. Inclusive, again inclusive means that participation of all, especially the marginalized sections, especially the people who have not yet got the fruit of growth and development. उनको भी जब हम इंक्लूड करेंगे इसमें हो जाएगा इंक्लूसिव गवर्नेंस. सबों को साथ लेकर चलेंगे. ओके, दैट्स द थिंग्स. नाउ कैसे, हाउ इट्स पॉसिबल, वी विल आस्क एवरीबॉडी टू बी टुगेदर, स्पेशली इन द decision making process of the government, that is इंक्लूसिव गवर्नेंस। हो गई क्लैरिटी? अब इस स्टेटमेंट को हम लोग पढ़ते हैं, देखते हैं, ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग होना चाहिए आपके पास, फिर अब स्टेटमेंट को पढ़ेंगे। फर्स्ट इज परमिटिंग टू द नॉन बैंकिंग फाइनेंशियल कंपनीज टू डू बैंकिंग। अब मैंने क्या बताया अभी, इंक्लूसिव गवर्नेंस मार्जिनलाइज्ड सेक्टर की बात करती है। इंक्लूसिव गवर्नेंस टॉक्स अबाउट द पीपल हु आर पुअर, emphasize on participation, decision making. Yes. So permitting the non-banking financial companies to do banking, this is not according to the understanding of inclusive governance. Clear? Now, second point, establishing effective district planning committees in all the district. क्या होगा इससे? यदि district planning committees in all the district, if we establish, it means that it will implement the schemes, it will implement the ideas of government at the rural level, and it will achieve the objectives of inclusive governance. It means that this is true statement. हो सकता है आपने इसको नहीं पढ़ा हो, मे बी जब भी आप सॉल्व कर रहे हो प्रीलिम्स का क्वेश्चन, एंड after that you think that this point I have not studied in the book or NCERT or any notes. Don't worry at that time, think over that. यदि establishing effective district planning committee in the district, इससे कोई बुराई थोड़ी है. And what are the objective of this? Again, the objective of district planning committee is to implement the policy made for the people. That is also the objective of what? Inclusive governance. It means that this is the true statement. After that, increasing the government spending on public health. Yes, public health पर तो गवर्नमेंट को खर्चा करना ही पड़ेगा, because that is also one of the top priority of the government. After that, strengthening the midday meal schemes. Dear parents, what are the objectives of the midday meal scheme? To provide the better school education, so that जो बच्चे गांव में हैं वो स्कूल तक तो आए पहले. That is the objectives of midday meal scheme. इन सभी ये जो 3 ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हमने अभी देखे, इन सभी ऑब्जेक्टिव से क्या फुलफिल होता है? इंक्लूसिव गवर्नेंस. इट मीन्स दैट 2, 3 and 4 C is the right answer. Is it clear to all of you, all the students? Subhash, Advi, Kashif, Vikram, Sudhanshu, Aditya, Vyom, am I clear to all of you? Okay. Now come to the next question again. To obtain full benefits of demographic dividend, what should India do? Now again pause for few seconds and think, what is demographic dividend? What is demographic dividend? क्या होता है? डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड से क्या फायदा होगा? ओके, ऑल राइट. सुधांशु, इज इट क्लियर टू यू? ओके, एनी प्रॉब्लम? ऑल राइट, वापस आते हैं. नाउ थिंक डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड. अगेन पॉज फॉर फ्यू सेकेंड एंड थिंक, व्हाट इज डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड? सुधांशु, व्हाट इज डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड? पॉज. डायरेक्ट स्किप करके कंसेप्ट क्वेश्चन को स्किप करके स्टेटमेंट पे नहीं आना है. ऐसा नहीं कि आप सुपरफिशियल स्टडी करें, एक बार ऐसे एक नजर में पढ़ें क्वेश्चन को और सीधा स्टेटमेंट पढ़ने लग जाएं. नो, दैट इज नॉट द गुड स्ट्रेटजी ऑफ सॉल्विंग द क्वेश्चन ऑफ प्रीलिम्स. मार्क द कीवर्ड्स ऑफ द प्रीलिम्स, think over that for few seconds, then read the statement. You can easily go to the correct answer. That is the process. Jannu Kantray, yeah, good morning Jannu. Okay, now promoting the skill development. Demographic dividend means what? According to United Nation Population Fund, United Nation Population Fund के हिसाब से, पॉपुलेशन फंड ने बताया है कि एज ग्रुप 15 to 64, 15 to 64, these are the age group of working population. Okay, 64 के आगे नॉट वर्किंग पॉपुलेशन, before 1514 not working population. India is a country which has maximum population of this group, and if any country, demographic dividend means growth of economy, that change in age structure. Yes, you are right. If any country which has the age group in this, it means that that country has the demographic dividend. उनको पॉपुलेशन से फायदा होगा, अधिक पॉपुलेशन से उनको नुकसान नहीं होगा. They will not be in the loss due to the huge population. They can make a good strategy to use the population. That is the demographic dividend. All right. अब पढ़ते हैं स्टेटमेंट को. थर्ड क्वेश्चन स्टेटमेंट को पढ़ेंगे. अब देखेंगे व्हाट टू ऑब्टेन फुल बेनिफिट्स डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड. टू ऑब्टेन फुल बेनिफिट्स डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड, व्हाट शुड इंडिया डू? promoting skill development. Okay, it can be true. आगे भी देखते हैं. Introducing more social security schemes. More social security scheme से क्या demographic dividend को फायदा होगा? In generally social security schemes किसके लिए होता है? जो 64 प्लस होते हैं. इस एज ग्रुप को तो फायदा होगा ही नहीं. It means that this is not the right statement. Reducing infant mortality rate, again this will come pre-15 यानी कि 14 से लेके 1 year तक. Again the wrong statement. Now privatizations of the higher education. Privatization of higher education, it is a negative concept. यदि आप हायर एजुकेशन को प्राइवेटाइज कर देंगे, इफ यू प्राइवेटाइज द हायर एजुकेशन, हाउ कैन यू गेट द बेनिफिट्स ऑफ द डेमोग्राफिक डिविडेंड? It means that statement 1 is the correct statement. If you develop your population with skills, then they can contribute in the GDP. And you know the story. GDP में contributions, फिर GDP का ग्रोथ होगा, ऑटोमेटिक ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट शुरू हो जाएगी फिर. ऑल राइट, इस तरीके से आपको क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करना है. नाउ कम टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Consider the following statements. All right, human capital formation. Okay, this is the keywords. Human capital formation as a concept is better experienced in terms of process which enables. Again pause करेंगे और सोचेंगे कि ह्यूमन कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन क्या होता है. ओके, ह्यूमन कैपिटल, how can you advance them? How can you advance the efficiency of a human being? By education, by skill development, by health. These are the things by which you can enhance the human performance. आगे आते हैं. Now comes to the statement. Individuals of a country to accumulate more capital. Human capital formation की जो बात हो रही है, इसमें क्या इंडिविजुअल ऑफ ए कंट्री टू एक्यूमुलेट मोर कैपिटल? दिस इज इकोनॉमिक. दिस इज नॉट इन द टर्म्स ऑफ ह्यूमन कैपिटल. दिस इज इन द टर्म्स ऑफ इकोनॉमिक कैपिटल. ऑल राइट, ओके. व्योम. नाउ कम टू द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट. इंक्रीजिंग द नॉलेज, स्किल लेवल्स एंड द कैपेसिटीज ऑफ पीपल ऑफ द कंट्री. गुड पॉइंट. मैंने बताया आपको कि ह्यूमन कैपिटल, ह्यूमन इफिशिएंसी कैसे बढ़ेगा? व्हेन यू वर्क ऑन द एजुकेशन, व्हेन यू वर्क ऑन द स्किल, व्हेन यू वर्क ऑन द हेल्थ. दिस इज द सेम पॉइंट. दिस इज द करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट. इट मीन्स दैट. नाउ रीड द थर्ड स्टेटमेंट. एंड व्हाट इज द थर्ड स्टेटमेंट? थर्ड स्टेटमेंट इज accumulation of tangible wealth. Tangible wealth is again what? Economic capital. Okay, tangible wealth is again what? The economic capital. It means that this is the wrong statement. Now in fourth, there is accumulation of intangible wealth. Health can be experienced. You cannot put the health into the bank. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने एजुकेशन ले लिया और अब आप एजुकेशन को क्या करें, बंद करके कहीं रख दें। टेंजिबल वेल्थ ऐसा है कि आप बंद करके कहीं रख सकते हैं, कहीं ले जा सकते हैं, कहीं से ला सकते हैं, बट इफ यू आर एजुकेटेड, एजुकेशन इज ऑलवेज विथ यू। इफ यू हैव द स्किल, स्किल इज ऑलवेज विथ यू। दैट इज द इंटेंजिबल वेल्थ। देखें यूपीएससी के स्टेटमेंट का लैंग्वेज कितना ब्यूटीफुल होता है, ये कीवर्ड्स कितने बेहतरीन होते हैं। दैट इज द पर्पस बिहाइंड द PYQ एनालिसिस। ऑलराइट, अदरवाइज क्वेश्चन आंसर तो आप कहीं भी इसका देख लेंगे। क्लियर? एम आई क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू? नाउ स्टेटमेंट 1 इज रॉन्ग, स्टेटमेंट 3 is wrong. What should be the answer? 2 and 4. C is the right answer. Clear to all of you? Okay. All right. In a given year in India, official poverty lines are higher in some states than in other because reason what? ये 2019 में यूपीएससी ने इस क्वेश्चन को पूछा है, and this question is again from the NCERT, dear friends. Basic understanding. क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है, they are asking the question, in a given year in India, official poverty lines are higher in some states than in others because of what? Now, if you have the good understanding regarding the poverty, how we are measuring the poverty, BPL कैसे डिसाइड होता है? It deciding on the basis of the expenditure. एक बास्केट फिक्स होता है, there is a fixed basket. Now on the basis of the expenditure there is the decision of poverty. Poverty line इसे डिसाइड करते हैं. Of course हर स्टेट में क्या होता है, कॉस्ट डिफरेंसेज होते हैं. किसी स्टेट का परचेजिंग पावर पैरिटी कम होता है, some states has higher purchasing power parity. Therefore there is the difference in the poverty lines between the different states. ये था इसका एक बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग. नाउ कम्स टू द स्टेटमेंट. अब देखते हैं स्टेटमेंट में क्या आंसर आता है. नाउ पॉवर्टी रेट्स वेरी फ्रॉम स्टेट टू स्टेट. ओके, ये सही है, बट ये क्या क्लैरिटी दे रहा है स्टेटमेंट में? इज दिस स्टेटमेंट जस्टिफाई दिस क्वेश्चन? नो, दिस इज नॉट जस्टिफाइंग द क्वेश्चन. सेकेंड पॉइंट, इसलिए आपको therefore I always tell to the student, please practice PYQs, okay, because there is a trap in the UPSC prelims question. Now this first statement is a trap. Read the second statement. B, price levels vary from state to state. Price levels vary from state to state. I told you just now, there is the different price levels in different states. Therefore the expenditure level of the public varies from one state to other state. Therefore the poverty also varies. It means that this is the right statement. Again read the statement. Maybe it can also be a trap. Don't worry. हो सकता है ये भी एक स्टेटमेंट ट्रैप के रूप में हो. अगला देखते हैं श्री स्टेटमेंट. ग्रॉस स्टेट प्रोडक्ट varies from state to state. No, wrong statement. After that, quality of public distribution varies from state to state. Again this is a wrong statement, because this statement is not justifying the question. Yes Vyom, that's why I want to say that. Now इस क्वेश्चन को पढ़कर आपको चारों के चारों स्टेटमेंट सही लगेंगे. This is the beauty of this question. When you read this question and read the statement, you will come to the conclusion that all 4 statements are true, but the answer is only one. देखेंगे परफेक्ट क्या है इसमें. What are the most appropriate justiciable answer statement? ये पहला रीजन होता है बेस्ट आंसर तक पहुंचने का, मोस्ट करेक्ट आंसर तक पहुंचने का. सेकेंड पॉइंट, मैं इसलिए कहता हूं एनसीईआरटी और कुछ गवर्नमेंट के रिपोर्ट्स पढ़ने आपको जरूरी हैं. उसके ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंट्स जो होते हैं वो कहां मिलेगा? यू विल फाइंड दैट डॉक्यूमेंट्स ऑन द ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट. you must have to visit the official website of the government of India and different ministries, so that you should have also the understanding of the words, the keywords what the government are using. अब ये जो लाइन है, प्राइस लेवल्स वेरी फ्रॉम स्टेट टू स्टेट, इस तरीके का लाइन आप जब एनसीईआरटी में पढ़ेंगे तो ये आपको लाइनिंग भी ऐसा मिल जाएगा आपको. Therefore, dear aspirants, this is the most correct answers. That's why there is the necessity to read the basic books. All right. Now comes to the sixth question. In the context of any country, which one of the following would be considered as parts of its social capital? Now again pause for this and think, what is social capital? What is social capital? Himanshu, Vyom, Adhavi. Can I see other students? Nikhil? Okay. Jannu, Sudhanshu, other students? Okay. All right. Down कर देंगे. Kashif, social capital क्या होता है? What is social capital? Think for this. There are different forms of capital: social capital, economic capital, cultural capital. UPSC has asked the questions regarding the social capital. Okay. Now, if you have the understanding regarding this social capital, this is also from the NCERT. Now read the statements. Read the statements. The proportion of literates in the population. The proportion of literates in the population, is it the social capital or is it the cultural capital? Dear aspirants, where there are no literate people, there is also a society and they are also considered as good. आप ट्राइबल सोसाइटी को देखें, ट्राइबल सोसाइटी आर नॉट लिटरेट as per the point of view of the government of India, but they are also considered as the good society of itself. It means that this is the part of, this statement is a part of cultural capital, not social capital. Okay. Now the second statement, the stock of the buildings, other infrastructure and machines. Is this the social capital? No, it's not the social capital. It's again the economic capital. Now the third statement is that what? The size of the populations in the working age group. The size of the population in the working age group. Is it the social capital? No, it's again the economic capital. Now the last is the level of mutual trust and harmony in the society. This is the social capital. Every society are trying to reach at this point, at this extent, that there should be the mutual trust, harmony in the society. मेंस का जब आप सिलेबस पढ़ेंगे उसमें आप कम्युनलिज्म के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. You will study regarding that. In GS paper 1 there is the Indian society. सोशल कैपिटल कैसे डेवलप होगा? सांप्रदायिक दंगे क्यों हो जाते हैं? Because there is a lack of mutual trust and harmony. And in any society, if there is a lack of social capital, it means that that society is not stable. See the question, from which part the UPSC is asking the question. UPSC is very logical, very scientific exam. All right. Now, if you think again and again, you will come to the right question. All four statements are correct in some different sense, but in social capital, the most appropriate answer is D. The most appropriate words I am using. Is it clear to all of you? Okay. Now comes to the next question. Dear aspirant, the question is, with reference to the Indian economy, with reference to the economic liberalization, consider the following statements. After the 1991 in economic liberalizations, 1991 के बाद जो economic liberalization हुआ है, consider the following statement. Now, this is the seventh question. Now again read the statement. Economic liberalization, this is the keywords, this is the concepts UPSC are trying to ask from you. देखें आप क्वेश्चन के स्ट्रक्चर को, कितना बढ़िया स्ट्रक्चर है यूपीएससी के प्रीलिम्स का क्वेश्चन स्ट्रक्चर. क्वेश्चन में ही कंसेप्ट दिया हुआ है. देयर आर गिविंग द कंसेप्ट्स इन द क्वेश्चन इटसेल्फ. नाउ you need to think regarding the concepts, then read the statements After that, very easily you will reach to the answer. And dear friends, this is all the matter of knowledge, application and practice. Please do this. Okay. Now comes to the statement. This is the 7th question. Okay. Now economic liberalization. Economic liberalization is there. It means that there will be the increase in the different sectors of economy. Different sectors of economy will also have the good contribution in the economy. ये होगा. अब देखते हैं स्टेटमेंट को पढ़कर. Worker productivity per worker at 2004 of price increased in urban areas while it decreased in rural areas. ये बात इकोनॉमिक लिबरलाइजेशन से जमता नहीं है. This doesn't connect the sense of economic liberalization. This is wrong statement. The percentage share of rural areas in the workforce steadily decreased. The percentage share of rural areas in the workforce steadily decreased. ये कहां पढ़ लिया आपने? ये कोई डेटा तो होगा नहीं, किसी डेटा की तो बात नहीं है. Yes, Subhash, you are right. Economic liberalization means minimizing government restrictions and regulation in economy. Right? Steadily decreased. Again, this is assertive words also, and this is something which is a trap. Steadily decrease हो गया. Liberalization में तो बढ़ना चाहिए workforce, because everybody has something to do now. If you are not interested in agriculture, don't do agriculture, do something else, because economy is liberalized now. Economy में उदारवादी. Now economy is free to everybody. Anything, any activities you can do which is justiciable by the court of law, not anything which is not justiciable by the court of law. Okay, this is also the wrong statement. Wrong statement. Okay. Now in rural areas, the growth in non-farm economy increased. See the sense is making here. Non-farm economy. Before liberalization of economy, the village economy has only one option, and that was agriculture. But after the liberalization of economy, now you have multiple options. Third statement is right statement, correct statement. Now comes to the 4th statement. The growth rate in rural employment decreased. Dear friend, now this statement needs little understanding. Don't be in hurry to solve the UPSC Prelims question. Please think twice and thrice over each statement. The growth rate in rural employment decreased. Dear parents, there are a lot of disguised unemployment, structural unemployment in the village, seasonal unemployment in the village. If there are the unemployment in the village and growth rate in rural employment decrease, it means that according to that point of view, this statement is correct. And if you have studied NCERT, in NCERT clearly all these concepts are mentioned with various examples. All right. Now again, 3rd is correct, 4th is correct. What is the answer? B is the right answer. Am I clear to all of you? Okay. Now come to the next question. Okay. Now the 9th question is, under which of the following circumstances may capital gains arise? Very good question. Now this question is something which needs the concept. Okay. Before this, there is 8 number of questions. 8 number of question. Okay. Now dear aspirants, okay, a closed economy is an economy which, closed economy क्या होता है? Direct from NCERT, direct. Closed economy which is self-dependent. Closed economy doesn't have import and export. Once China was the closed economy. All right. Now this is the understanding you have. Very much. ये अब देखिए मैंने कितना कोई बड़ी बात तो नहीं कह दी आपसे. This is the very little concepts you must have. Closed economy, which is self-dependent. It doesn't have the import and export. Once China was the closed economy. ये है एक understanding. Now comes to the question. Dear friend, now comes to the question, and the question is what? And the question is, the money supply is fully controlled. The money supply is fully controlled. No, it is something different thing. This is not according to the closed economy. We need to get the exact correct statement regarding the closed economy. ये trap है. This statement is a trap. Deficit closed economy, money supply is fully controlled. It means that there is the central government which is very powerful. अब ये तो नहीं कहीं लिखा हुआ है कि क्लोज इकोनॉमी में गवर्नमेंट भी होगा ही होगा. यदि नहीं होगा तो therefore this statement is wrong. Again, the second statement, deficit financing takes place. Again, this is derived from this statement only. Wrong statement. Only exports takes place. I told you, basic understanding, no export, no import. Wrong. Now the last statement directly mentions in the statement, see, neither exports nor imports takes place. Right statement. Directly it has mentioned in the question. See the beauty of the UPSC Prelims question. Okay. Now the ninth question is, under which of the following circumstances may capital gains arise? Capital gains arise. कौन से circumstances में होगा? Please again pause and think regarding this. Capital gain कैसे होगा? Suppose you buy some share of 10 rupees only. You bought some share of rupees 10. आपने 10 रुपए के का एक शेयर खरीदा. In a mean of time, in a certain span of time, the share of 10 rupees increased to 40 rupees. ये 10 रुपया से बढ़ के 40 rupees हो गया. Now 10 से ये 30 rupees जो बढ़ गया, ये क्या हुआ? ये 10 was your capital. It was your capital money. This was your capital money. Now in that capital you gained 30 rupees because that capital is of cost of 40 rupees now. That is the capital gain. All right. Okay. Now read the statement. When there is an increase in the sales of the product, ninth, you all solved. Any B, Sudhanshu B, Sudhanshu is also telling D, Any is saying C. Please solve it again. Okay. Now comes to the statement. When there is an increase in the sales of the product, when there is increase in the sales of the product, this is not capital gain. This is according to the increase, this is according to the demand and supply. Okay. This is the game of demand and supply. When there is a natural increase in the value of the property onward, this is the things I want to see in the statement. धैर्य रखें. Be patient while solving the question of prelims. Don't solve in the hurry. आपको आता है. If you have the basic understanding, you can solve very easily, but have some patience. All right. See the statement second. देखें यूपीएससी कैसे आपके साथ खेलता है स्टेटमेंट में. इसमें उसने बता दिया देयर इज एन इंक्रीज इन द सेल्स ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट. डिमांड एंड सप्लाई का वो मार्केट का मैकेनिज्म. दे टॉक अबाउट द मार्केट मैकेनिज्म इन दिस स्टेटमेंट. Again in second statement they are talking about the right thing, something natural increase in the value of the property owned. Okay. Now the third statement is when you purchase a painting and there is a growth in its value due to increase in its popularity, that is capital gains. Again 2 and 3 is correct statement and the answer is B. Okay. बहुत पहले फॉर एग्जाम्पल सपोज आपने एक मोनालिसा का पेंटिंग खरीद के रख लिया था. जब उस पेंटिंग को, मैं एग्जाम्पल बता रहा हूं, कोई नहीं जानता था. या फिर मैं एक एग्जांपल मिथिला पेंटिंग, फॉर एग्जांपल मिथिला पेंटिंग का आपने कुछ ऐसा पेंटिंग खरीद के रख लिया जो उस समय सस्ता था. इट वाज नॉट अ वेरी कॉस्ट, बट सडनली आफ्टर 2 years और 3 years कुछ ऐसा हुआ कि जिन्होंने वो पेंटिंग बनाया था उनको पद्म भूषण मिल गया, पद्म विभूषण मिल गया. तो वो पेंटिंग अब कितना इंपॉर्टेंट हो गया। वो क्या हुआ, नेचुरल हुआ, किसी तरीके से हुआ, वो कोई डिमांड एंड सप्लाई चेन से नहीं हुआ। दैट इज अबाउट द कैपिटल गेन्स टैक्स। एनी प्रॉब्लम? Gains arise. This UPSC has asked in 2012. Again, now the next statement we have disguised unemployment generally means what? Disguised unemployment generally means what? क्या होता है? Large number of people remains unemployed? No. Large numbers of people if there is unemployed, तो how it could be the disguised? ये तो visible हो जाएगा. Okay? Second, alternative employment is not available. No, this is different thing. Third is marginal productivity of labor is zero. Right. Disguised employment is what? If you are in the company working, good. If you are not in the company, again the production of the company is same. It means that your availability in that company is nothing. And that is the disguised unemployment. आप किसी कंपनी में हैं, उतना ही प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है, आपने कंपनी छोड़ दिया, प्रोडक्शन वही है, इट मीन दैट आपका फिर क्या रोल था? दैट इज द डिस्गाइज्ड अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट. ओके, द आंसर इज सी. अगेन फ्रॉम द बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ व्हाट? NCERT. All right, the answer is C. Now the next question is, economic growth in country X will necessarily have, 11th, economic growth, remember this keyword, in a country X will necessarily have to occur if, कैसे होगा? There is technical progress in the world economy. There is talking about the country technical progress of the world economy. This is out of the context thing. Okay, there is population growth. There is population growth in X. No, population growth, and if that country has no good understanding, no better planning of the skill development, how it can be the growth and development there? Okay, wrong statement. There is capital formulation in X. If in that country there is a capital formulation, yes, Saurabh, hello. Capital formulation, because every economy has the target to accumulate the capital, to develop the capital, and if any country are in the condition of capital formulation, it means automatically that country is in the status of economic growth. Clarity हो गई? And this also you will study in the NCERT macroeconomics book. The volume of trade growth in the world economy, no, world economy की बात ही नहीं हो रही है इसमें. Okay, now the 12 questions, 3 to 4 questions I think we have more, so please have patience. All right, are you all enjoying this session? Are you understanding how to solve the PYQs? Saurabh, Subhash, any? Sudhanshu? All right, okay. Now the 12th question is, despite being a high saving economy, capital formation may not result in significant increase in output due to, what are the key concepts? High saving economy, capital formation, significant increase in output due to high saving economy. Now, what concepts they are demanding? Pause yourself and think what concepts they are trying to ask from you. High saving economy है, इकोनॉमी में सेविंग्स बहुत ज्यादा है. Despite capital formation may not result in significant increase in output. Why? Okay, now comes to the statement. No issue. The statement is weak administrative machinery. No, weak administrative machinery, this statement is a trap. इसीलिए therefore I am telling to all of you, please have some basic understanding. Yes, Jannu, definitely I will tell Abhijit sir regarding you. Okay, all right. Now, weak administrative machinery, no, this is not good. Illiteracy का क्या संबंध है इससे? Indirect relation है, but there is not something direct relations. High population density, no, again not it. High capital output ratio. Now you need to understand what is high capital output ratio. For example, suppose you need 5 unit of capital to produce 10 unit of anything. Clear to all of you? आपको 5 यूनिट ऑफ कैपिटल लग रहा है 10 यूनिट ऑफ किसी चीज को प्रोड्यूस करने में। कुछ समय के बाद यदि इफ यू आर एबल टू मिनिमाइज दिस, 3 यूनिट ऑफ कैपिटल लग रहा है अगेन तो प्रोडक्शन ऑफ सेम यूनिट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन 10 यूनिट, व्हाट इज गुड, दिस और दिस, 5 और 3, दिस इज गुड। यानी कि प्रोडक्शन का तो यूनिट सेम है आपका, बट जो कैपिटल पहले 5 लग रहा था वो अब 3 लग रहा है। इट मीन्स दैट दिस स्टेटस ऑफ इकोनॉमी इज गुड बेटर देन दिस स्टेटस ऑफ इकोनॉमी, एंड दिस कंसेप्ट दे आर यूपीएससी इज ट्राइंग टू आस्क इन दिस क्वेश्चन। ऑलराइट, यूपीएससी इज आस्किंग व्हाट, सेविंग तो इकोनॉमी बहुत है, बट इफ दैट इकोनॉमी इज इन द स्टेटस ऑफ दिस, वो सेविंग क्या हो जाएगा, वो आपको सेम वही प्रोडक्ट बनाने में पूरा सेविंग खर्च हो जाएगा, एक्सपेंडिचर हो जाएगा इकोनॉमी गवर्नमेंट का, तो ग्रोथ नहीं हो पाएगा जो ग्रोथ होना चाहिए। क्लैरिटी हो गई? ओके, दिस इज द राइट आंसर, दिस इज द राइट आंसर। नाउ द 13 क्वेश्चंस वी हैव, इफ you withdraw rupees 1 lakh in cash from your demand deposit account at your bank, the immediate effect on aggregate money supply in the economy will be, again from the NCERT. If you have studied the money supply in the NCERT, very easily you can solve this question, very easily. Advi Singh, D, any D? Okay, good. Any other wants to give the answer? Please write in the comment box. Now, this is from the money supply. You should have the good understanding regarding what? M1, M2, M3, M4, which is more liquid, which is less liquid, which is more broad money, which is narrow money. You should have the basic understanding regarding this. आपको ये फॉर्मूला याद हो जाना चाहिए कि M1 में क्या होता है। ओके, M1 में करेंसीज होते हैं, CU यानी करेंसी भी होता है और कैश होता है, दोनों, प्लस डिमांड डिपॉजिट। डिमांड डिपॉजिट ऑफ व्हाट? नेट डिमांड डिपॉजिट ऑफ पब्लिक विथ बैंक, M1 में होता है। यू शुड हैव द गुड अंडरस्टैंडिंग रिगार्डिंग M1, M2, M3, M4. देयर इज M0 ऑल्सो. Please go to Google and read that. What is M0? All right. Now, the question is to reduce it by rupees 1 lakh? No. To increase it by rupees 1 lakh? No. To increase it by more than rupees 1 lakh? No. To leave it unchanged. Right answer. All right. क्योंकि आपने यहां से निकाला रुपया, डिमांड डिपॉजिट अकाउंट एट योर बैंक, द इमीडिएट इफेक्ट ऑन एग्रीगेट मनी सप्लाई इन द इकोनॉमी विल बी इट लीव इट अनचेंज बिकॉज व्हाट, फॉर बिकॉज ऑफ व्हाट? M1 इज मोस्ट लिक्विड, दैट इज मोस्ट लिक्विड मनी, वही है, बेसिक तो वही है, वहीं से आपने निकाला, वहीं पे मनी है, तो कोई इंपैक्ट नहीं पड़ेगा। इट व्हाट टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन इज दिस? दिस इज स्टैटिक कंसेप्चुअल क्वेश्चन. Static conceptual question. This question has no role of current affairs. This question has the role of static concept. All right. Okay. Now comes to the 14th question. Consider the following statements. Other things remaining unchanged market demand for a good might increase if. Solve this question. Market demand of the good if happens what? Yes, Jannu, he will. Don't worry, he will take the class. Okay, consider the following statements regarding this. Consider the following statements. Other things remaining unchanged, market demand for a good might increase if price of its substitute increase. Again, this concept is from the NCERT. Okay. Now, when you read the NCERT, you should have also the understanding of the application part of this question. Okay. Now, सब कुछ unchanged है. Market demand for a good might increase if. फिर भी मार्केट एक किसी सामान का डिमांड मार्केट में बढ़ जाता है. What will happen in such case? What will happen? Price of its substitute increases. Of course. For example, if there is the increase in the price of coffee, तो आप कॉफी नहीं पियोगे फिर. And in economy there is some exceptions. You are not habituated of the coffee कि बिना कॉफी पिए तो हम जी ही नहीं सकते. अब तब तो फिर 1000 रुपया 2000 लगा के भी आप कॉफी पी लेंगे. लेकिन रेशनल पर्सन है, नॉर्मल है, इफ कॉफी का दाम बढ़ गया, इफ देयर इज द इंक्रीज इन द प्राइस ऑफ कॉफी, यू विल फाइंड द सब्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ कॉफी एंड द सब्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ कॉफी इज व्हाट? टी. तो टी का डिमांड बढ़ जाएगा, तो टी के भी प्राइस क्या हो जाएंगे? लो हो जाएंगे या राइज हो जाएंगे? राइज हो जाएंगे. ओके. तो प्राइस ऑफ द सब्स्टिट्यूट इंक्रीजेज. कितना बढ़िया एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड क्वेश्चन है. अगेन सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट इज व्हाट? प्राइस ऑफ इट्स कॉम्प्लीमेंट इंक्रीजेज. कॉम्प्लीमेंट इंक्रीजेज प्राइस? नो. क्यों? इफ द प्राइस ऑफ द कॉफी इंक्रीजेज एंड इफ यू आर हैविंग बिस्किट विद द कॉफी, सपोज, वैसे कोई लेता नहीं है बिस्किट विद कॉफी, बट सपोज लेट्स टेक एन एग्जांपल, तो बिस्किट का डिमांड बढ़ जाएगा या कम हो जाएगा? द डिमांड ऑफ बिस्किट विल ऑल्सो रिड्यूस or remains unchanged, but demand will not high, because you are demanding the biscuit when you are having tea or coffee, and there is the increase in the price of tea and coffee. You are not having tea and coffee, therefore you are not demanding the biscuit also. Aishwarya Koelkar, yes sir, questions are not clear, it's blur. Yes, Aishwarya, I am trying my best to make it visible to all of you. In the next questions it will be clearly visible. All right. Okay. Advi, no. Complement goods कैसे बढ़ जाएगा? The price of complement increases. No. If the price of the tea increases and if you are having the biscuit with tea and because of the increase in the price of tea, now you are not having tea. It means that now you are not also demanding the biscuit. तो बिस्किट का दाम, डिमांड कम हो गया तो प्राइस तो बढ़ेगा नहीं, प्राइस तो कम हो जाएगा. ऑलराइट. ओके, गुड. तो सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट इज रॉन्ग. नाउ कम्स टू द थर्ड स्टेटमेंट. द गुड इज एन inferior good and income of the consumers increases. No. Market demand for a mite increases, inferior good का demand तो कम ही हो जाता है. If your income increases, then automatically the demand for the inferior goods decreases. Therefore, this statement is again wrong. Now you have the last statement, and that is its price falls. This is in generally true. If anything which price falls, definitely its demand will increase. Now this is again a very good example of static concepts related question in Indian economy, and also from the NCERT. Is it clear to all of you? Now what should be the answer? One statement is correct, fourth statement is correct, and the answer is A. All right, to all of you, clarity हो रही है? या मैं फास्ट इसको लेकर चलता चलूं? इज इट क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू? You are understanding the concepts with PYQ? Okay. Now only 2 questions we have. Okay. Be patient. 15. Which one of the following effect of creation of black money in India has been the main cause of worry to the government of India? ब्लैक मनी के कारण सबसे बड़ा चिंताजनक बात क्या है? What are the main reasons of the worry for the government of India because of the black money? Now, इस तरह के क्वेश्चन में जब भी आप स्टेटमेंट्स को पढ़ोगे, whenever you read the statements, you will find that all statement is correct. आपको लगेगा कि सभी स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट हैं, but in such a statement you should have be extra aware to reach the most perfect answer. That is a strategy to clear the prelims. Please mark it now only. Okay. Okay. Question समझ गए आप? Main cause of worry of the government of India: divergence of resources to the purchase of real estate and investment in luxury housing. ये गवर्नमेंट का मेन कॉज नहीं है. पैसा आया, किसी ने पैसा कहीं और लगा दिया, लग्जरी कार खरीद लिया, कहीं और इन्वेस्टमेंट कर दिया, ठीक है, गवर्नमेंट बोलती करो, बिकॉज इकोनॉमी में मनी सप्लाई हो रहा है, डिमांड एंड सप्लाई बैलेंस भी बना रहेगा, ठीक है. ओके, तो इट मीन दैट ए इज नॉट द करेक्ट वन. सेकेंड इज व्हाट? इन्वेस्टमेंट इन अनप्रोडक्टिव एक्टिविटीज एंड परचेज ऑफ प्रीवियस स्टोन्स, ज्वेलरी, गोल्ड, etc. दिस इज नॉट द ऑल्सो मोस्ट अप्रोप्रिएट. करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट है बट नॉट अप्रोप्रिएट. जिसके पास ब्लैक मनी है वो क्या करते हैं? कुछ खरीद लिया, महंगे से महंगा गाड़ी खरीद ली, घर खरीद लिया, ज्वेलरी खरीद ली, कुछ भी खरीद लिया, करते होंगे. लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है, जिसके पास ब्लैक मनी है वही घर, गाड़ी खरीदते हैं, ज्वेलरी खरीदते हैं. जिसके पास व्हाइट मनी है वो भी खरीदते हैं. इट मीन्स दैट दिस स्टेटमेंट इज नॉट द अप्रोप्रिएट स्टेटमेंट. ओके. थर्ड, लार्ज डोनेशंस टू पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज एंड ग्रोथ ऑफ रीजनलिज्म. इसको सुन के कई लोग इसको सही लगा देंगे कि ब्लैक मनी आ रहा है, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ ब्लैक मनी एंड दे आर फाइनेंसिंग इन द पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज एंड पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज हैव द good backup of good storage of the black money. Because of the support of black money, they are in the political rallies, they are financing the political rallies. No, this is the language of media. This is not the language of the NCERT or concept or any standard books. And if you are preparing for the UPSC, please align your language, your study, your knowledge with the official document. All right, this is also not the most appropriate. नाउ लास्ट में एक ही बचता है, देखते हैं इसको. लॉस ऑफ रेवेन्यू टू द स्टेट एक्सचेकर ड्यू टू टैक्स इवेजन. मोस्ट अप्रोप्रिएट थिंग्स. गवर्नमेंट को सबसे बड़ी चिंता की बात यही होगी ना. इफ यू आर नॉट पेइंग द टैक्स टू द गवर्नमेंट, देन गवर्नमेंट हैज नो मनी टू एक्सपेंड फॉर द पब्लिक वेलफेयर. तो क्या होगा? इट विल इंक्रीज द फिस्कल डेफिसिट. And if it will enhance the fiscal deficit, government borrowings will increase and that will reduce the welfare scheme of the government. सबसे बड़ा नुकसान इससे होगा. Therefore, this is the most appropriate answer. Therefore, in UPSC prelims, you should have the knowledge, you should have the application of the knowledge, and the most important is you should have the patience to read all the statement. That is the necessity of this examination, dear aspirants. Okay. Now we have, yes, we have discussed this question. Okay. Now in the last questions we have, which of the following activities constitute real sector in the economy? Which of the following things constitute the real sector in the economy? Now again pause and think, what is real sector? What is nominal sector? Have you studied in the standard book or NCERT? Now see its statement. And this is the last question of what? Of first sections of the economy. And what was the first section? That was basics of economy. All right, in next sessions we will discuss the different sections of economy. Questions. This is the question. This is the question, Sudhanshu. Which of the following activities constitute real sector in the economy? All right, real sector in the economy. क्या क्या होता है? Now, if you have the understanding regarding the real sector and the nominal sector, real sector is something which is recognized with the production side. जो प्रोडक्शन साइड से जुड़ा हुआ होता है उसको कहते हैं रियल सेक्टर. एंड नॉमिनल सेक्टर इज समथिंग विच इज रिकॉग्नाइज्ड विद द फाइनेंशियल साइड. क्लैरिटी हो गई? इफ यू हैव दिस मच ओनली अंडरस्टैंडिंग, कॉन्सेप्चुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग, नाउ कम्स टू द स्टेटमेंट. नाउ दिस क्वेश्चन इज नथिंग फॉर यू. बहुत ईजी हो जाएगा अब आपके लिए क्वेश्चन. बस केवल इतना ही अंडरस्टैंडिंग आपके पास है कि रियल सेक्टर प्रोडक्शन से जुड़ा हुआ होता है, नॉमिनल सेक्टर फाइनेंशियल एंगल से जुड़ा हुआ होता है. नाउ रीड द स्टेटमेंट. ओके, फार्मर्स हार्वेस्टिंग देयर क्रॉप्स. ब्लड स्किन शो हो रहा है. ओके, दिस इज द लास्ट क्वेश्चन, सुधांशु, and we will deal with the blurriness of the skins in the next session. Don't worry for this. Okay, is it visible now, Sudhanshu? Okay, now the question is farmers harvesting their crops. हो सकता है फार्मर्स हार्वेस्टिंग देयर क्रॉप्स, ये प्रोडक्शन साइड से जुड़ा हुआ मामला है. हो सकता है, होगा ही. टेक्सटाइल मिल्स कन्वर्टिंग रॉ कॉटन इनटू फैब्रिक्स, ये भी प्रोडक्शन साइड. दिस आल्सो डील्स विद द प्रोडक्शन साइड. करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट. थर्ड इज अ कॉमर्शियल बैंक लेंडिंग मनी टू द ट्रेडिंग कंपनी. दिस इज नॉट प्रोडक्शन साइड, दिस इज फाइनेंशियल साइड, देयरफॉर दिस इज रॉन्ग स्टेटमेंट. फोर्थ इज a corporate body issuing rupee dominated bonds overseas. Wrong statement. And the answer is 1 and 2. See, the directly you comes to the statement to the answer. This is the beauty of UPSC prelims question. Dear aspirants, in this session we have discussed all the questions of the basics of Indian economy with respect of previous year question. In the next sessions, it will be on the next Sunday, 10 a.m. 11 a.m. you will get the time earlier only, don't worry for that. And we will discuss in different lecture wise all the PYQs of Indian economy with depth analysis and with also the skills how to solve the UPSC prelims questions. Thanks for participations and solving the questions. Thank you and study well.